Oh my god, the sun is bright. So today we're going to make stir fry, or my version of stir fry. If you are not a vegetarian, I like to use oyster sauce and fish sauce in mine. If you are a vegetarian, I have this stir fry sauce that is really good. And I'm almost positive there is nothing in this. Probably should have looked at that beforehand. No, it's soybean crap. It's fine. Yeah, soy, all the protein is from soy. Okay, so you can get stir fry sauce. This is House of Tsang, classic stir fry sauce. The beers for me, it doesn't. I get Dynasty My Fun rice sticks, but really any rice noodles. There are Thai ones that are sort of flat and fatter. Those work totally fine too. Some people put eggs, like a scrambled egg in there, so I'll add a scrambled egg just to show you how, totally optional. But I looked for my ginger, but I think I threw it out a couple days ago because it was perhaps 4 years old, so it was a little slimy. Anyway, if you do get ginger, you want to peel it with a vegetable peeler or a knife, and then you can either grate it on a cheese grater or you can just chop it up really, really, really fine, like mince it. So, garlic first. This is a huge garlic clove, but smack it with the side of your knife. Mince that up really, really fine. Let's see, and then carrot, you're going to cut the end off. Try not to kill yourself or maim yourself. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, a really sharp knife helps. If your knife, like, you need to push down really, really hard, that means it's not sharp enough. And that's when, you know, if you have an onion or something and you have to push really, really hard, that's when you chop your fingers off. If it's the sharper it is, the safer your knife is. Okay, I've got 4 green onions here. You could probably even use 2 or 3. I really like onions, so I'm gonna use 4. And you can go, I mean, every time I watch cooking shows, they always, I mean, literally go that far and stop. Whatever, that's BS. That much away, but, broccoli. So cut off, as much as you want to use. That's probably too much, whatever. It'll be fine. I slice them down so they sort of, try to stay together. Cabbage. There. Okay. So you got your big bowl of vegetables, and this is what cooks first. On a gas stove, you want to put it on high medium. If you are working on an electric stove, never put the electric stove on high unless you're boiling water. Because it will, I've set off my fire alarm in one of my apartments in college about 100 times. So, just a little dab. You want to just, it's like a lubricant in between all the vegetables, because anything without lubricant is just not fun, right? So you, and then you're going to toss in all of your vegetables that you cooked up. Be sure to get all of the garlic out of there. Okay. Right when you pop the vegetables in, you want to season it. I use kosher salt. It's grainier, and it has sort of a milder flavor, so you don't have to really, really be concerned about over seasoning. But, I mean, don't grab handfuls, right, because you'll just ruin your food. So a couple pinches of that, a ton of garlic, or I mean not garlic, pepper. Before you even start the vegetables, you take, for your noodles, you want to take a handful of your rice noodles. Definitely not the whole package unless you're making a ton. and you want to soak them in just the hottest water your tap can do. You don't have to boil it or anything like that. So this is sort of where your rice noodles do their cooking. So we'll just set those aside because you'll put those in last. Okay, so right when you put these in, this is where you add your sauces. So if you were a vegetarian, you would start with your stir-fry sauce, and because it's sort of syrupy, you know, it's not super oily, it's sort of syrupy, you're going to dilute it a little bit. I like to add some water. The water will cook out, but it helps steam the vegetables and cook them. So, so if you were going to use that, just drizzle it across, run it under the tap, and just grab some water. I'm going to show you this with oyster sauce. So that's what I like to use. But it's sort of the same thing. So you're going to just add, oyster sauce is really concentrated too, so I'm going to add even less than I would of this. So that comes in. Don't get excited when it makes a lot of noise. Stir fry is like one of the easiest things in the world because you just sort of let it do its own thing. Few things could go wrong with stir fry, but things that could go wrong with stir fry. If you don't have enough water or liquid in the pan, it can start to stick to the bottom. When that happens, don't freak out. Run it, get some water from the tap, scrape up whatever is stuck, and then just cook it down a little bit more to get, I mean, as much water as you want in it. You can tell they're getting a little soft. The broccoli is like bright green. Once it starts getting brown, that's when it's cooked too much. So really just pull it off right then and there. Let's see. If you're gonna cook an egg in it or fry an egg in it, all the recipes I've used, they tell you to cook in it, like fry an egg in a different pan and then toss the scrambled egg in. I don't like to do dishes, so I just pull the vegetables to the side once they've already sort of cooked, and I just crack an egg. If I had any eggs, I would crack an egg right in there, stir it up until it's sort of cooked, and then just toss it in. Okay, so now that we're going with this, you get your noodles. Get a pair of scissors, and you're just going to cut them as they drop into the pan. Right away when you put your noodles in, and any liquid is going to soak right up into them. If all of a sudden it starts to get sticky again, you just grab some of your noodle water and toss it in. Not a big deal. At the very end, fish sauce is really, really mild. I know, Caitlin, you're not going to use this, so just skip over this part. This is where I just sort of toss some fish sauce in there. Another great thing to put in this is lime juice, fresh squeezed lime juice. And I maybe have some pre-cut limes. I have no idea why I would have pre-cut limes on me. But so some lime juice is really, really nice too. Just toss that in there, it'll be fine. And then you're done. So turn off the heat. Now you eat, and it's very, very good. It's hot. Anything that will separate the fire from the food pretty much works. If you started a grease fire, excuse me, if you started a fire, use not water, but flour or baking soda, because it's a grease fire, so water would just spread it, so don't do that. You really, oh my god, a giant fly just caught in here. Everyone should have a drink when they're cooking. It just makes things go faster, and if things go wrong, you don't freak out as much.